Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad and now on Vero also at Movies TV Mad. Welcome, I think, to Wednesday's edition of the DCEU Daily because I've lost my days. I don't even know what day it is. Yes, and now I am in the UK. Sorry about no video yesterday, just getting my bearings straight. But we're back with the DCEU Daily and we will attempt to do them as often and as consistently as ever as possible. Now, a few exciting things have dropped in the DCEU, and for those of you who believe that Walter Hamada hasn't got a plan, it looks like the Batgirl movie is going to expand a little bit more on Michael Keaton's Batman in the DCEU Earth 1. We know Michael Keaton's Batman never had a Robin in Batman 89 or Batman 82, but a mural in Scotland, I think it was, or wherever it was, kind of changes this. Now have a look at this if you can see. It's not very easy to see, by the way, but if you look close enough to the screen you can see Michael Keaton's Batman with a Robin, and apparently they've already got kind of an arc for Dick Grayson mapped out to be the character he becomes after Robin. So that's very, very exciting. Of course, that character is the character that we've seen in Titans already. So wow, this is very, very awesome. So it looks like there is this kind of, you know, people saying that basically all Michael Keaton's going to do is just train up Leslie Grace's Batgirl to become the new Batman, which of course is absolute nonsense, but he's already got his own Robin in this universe, and these are part of the changes of Flashpoint you're going to see. So I think this is really, really exciting, and I think it's great. So it looks like we're going to have a Robin in the Batgirl movie as well. So what this says is that this Batgirl movie is not just setting up the future for Batgirl, it's setting up a Bat family with Michael Keaton, the head of this family. So this is very exciting, and again I'll say it, for those of you that believe if not for Michael Keaton, Batfleck would still be Batfleck in this universe, no, that's not the case. I've told you what I think about Batfleck, that Ben has decided himself. There is an article I'm going to read out about Matt Damon helping him make that decision about quitting. So that was a Ben Affleck decision, not a Warner Brothers Studios one, but a Ben Affleck one. It's true, if Snyder wasn't treated the way he was and Ben was able to make his movie and do the other two Justice League movies, things would have been different. But he was always planning to quit anyway. So we have missed out on 3 movies, and that's a shame. But he was never ever going to be in this Batgirl project anyway. So very exciting. We are getting a Robin in the Batgirl movie as well as Michael Keaton's Batman. So this is an exciting future. You know, even though a lot of people, like some Snyderverse fans, are saying, oh, you know, he's 70 years old, Michael Keaton, blah, blah, blah. It's not about age. He still looks great. He can still act. He can still be a great older Batman. And we're also getting a Robin who has got a big future in the DC Extended Universe. And I think that's awesome. And just to expand on this Robin situation, it's rumoured at this point that Dylan O'Brien could be playing Dick Grayson, aka a version of Robin in the DCEU after Flashpoint in this Batgirl movie. As I've just already said, this makes the Batgirl movie massive setup for the Batman universe moving forward in the DCEU. So it looks like not only are we getting Batgirl, Michael Keaton's Batman, but we're getting a Dick Grayson. Now, there is a Dick Grayson, as I mentioned before, in Titans, but obviously that's on another Earth. So this is brilliant. This is what the multiverse does. And imagine Michael Keaton meeting that Dick Grayson from Titans as well, which could happen. Titans has its own older Batman that works for that show. So as I say, this is very, very exciting. I know very little about Dylan O'Brien as an actor, but there is a mock-up of him. So he looks like that, and I think he's looking really awesome. So as I say, I've never seen Dylan O'Brien in anything, but he looks great. If he's cast, it means he's good enough. And the guys making Batgirl could be actually in charge of the whole Batman universe, not just Batgirl moving forward. They did a great job with the was it the third Bad Boys for Life movie. I thought they did a great job with that movie. A lot of people doubted they could pull it off, but they did. So I definitely think Walter Hamada has got plans. And don't forget, Walter Hamada has been setting up the new era of the DC Extended Universe, the worlds of DC, the multiverse strategy since 2018. So he's obviously had time to plan this. But if this is where we're going with Batgirl and the future of the Bat family and the Batverse, personally, I think it's really, really epic. So Matt Reeves' The Batman, that will be released in March, which is set in its own Earth away from the DC Extended Universe on Earth 2, has been given a PG-13 rating for strong, violent and disturbing content, drug content, strong language and some suggestive material. This is why I like PG-13, because it's not like the old PG that we grew up with. So I'm 49, so the PG was more kind of family friendly, but you can have some suggestive material in PG-13. A lot of people want in this to be R-rated, but Matt Reeves himself, Matt did not want an R-rated Batman movie. He wants everyone to come and see this and enjoy Batman. He believes Batman is for everyone. I believe there could be an awesome Batman movie for the R-rated audience at a later date, and maybe somebody else or Matt himself will get into that. But I think this is great, because if you read it, there's still a lot of dark stuff you can do with it. Like, let me reread this. Strong, violent and disturbing content, drug content, strong language and some suggestive material. I think that's great. I think there's going to be a balance of dark and light. There will be gags in this film, but there'll also be some very, very serious content. And even people who have seen the test screenings of this movie have compared it to a horror movie. So it means you can do some really dark kind of suggestive material with this film, and I think that's brilliant. So Ben Affleck has been going on and on and on about quitting Batman and why he did it and how he did it. And he talks about Matt Damon, his good friend, who he joined the entertainment industry with. If you remember, they came in with the script for Good Will Hunting, and the pure soul, that's Robin Williams, really helped them at the time get it off the ground. And Robin was a big part of that movie. He played a big kind of mentor role to Matt Damon's character in Good Will Hunting as well. So this is what Ben had to say about that. I had a really nadar experience around Justice League for a lot of different reasons, not blaming anybody. There's a lot of things that happened, but really what it was is that I wasn't happy. I didn't like being there. I didn't think it was interesting. And then some really shitty things, awful things happened. But that's when I was like, I'm not going to do that anymore. In fact, I talked to you about it, aka Matt Damon, and you were a principal influence on that decision. I want to do the things that would bring me joy. Then we went and did Last Duel, and I had fun every day on this movie. I wasn't the star, I wasn't likable, I was a villain. I wasn't all the things I thought I was supposed to be when I started out. And yet it was a wonderful experience, and it was all just stuff that came along that I wasn't chasing. We spoke the other day when I was over in Cyprus about Ben Affleck not being comfortable with the pressure of blockbusters and these superhero movies. There's so much pressure on them. We're not talking about Die Hard. Even Die Hard didn't have the pressure of having to be successful. We're not in that era now. You make one of these movies, they have to make $1 billion. You have to be at your best. And this is what he's talking about. He did have a shitty experience. The Justice League reshoots were horrible for everyone, including Whedon. Nobody wanted Whedon to direct it. They wanted Zack to continue, so they weren't treating him in the right way. He wasn't treating them in the right way. It was a horrible environment, and that's what he's talking about put him off. But you know, he doesn't want to do it anymore because he can't handle the pressure of blockbusters. And you know, Ben Affleck is in a position where he can do whatever he wants. He's played Batman brilliantly in Batman vs Superman. He's amazing in that film. In the Snyder Cut, he's amazing in that film. And he says the Flash movie is his best version of his own Batman. So he's already got a kind of trilogy going on here, and he doesn't want to do anything else after that. And that's fine. But I do believe that there will be opportunities for Ben to cameo in other DC movies. As I explained to you yesterday, that Michael Keaton's Batman and Ben's Batman are going to be like Doc Brown in Back to the Future 2, where he vanishes after Flashpoint, and Barry will be obsessed with searching for him. So I don't necessarily think he's done, but he won't be doing anything for a long time. But I think eventually Barry will find him, and there will be this kind of reunion. He'll be maybe trapped in a pocket universe or anything or something, and that might be a thing. Or what may happen, Barry may find him at the end of the movie and offers to bring him back, and he says, no, I'm happy here. A bit like Doc Brown in the Old West. I think we could get a scenario like that. So I'm happy that Ben's happy. We're going to have a trilogy of Batfleck by the end of the Flash movie, and I think everyone should be content. Everyone's obsessed with these days with getting more and more and more. Let's leave the guy alone. He's blatantly said he doesn't want to do any more. We've got Keaton as Batman in the DCEU. That's going to be very exciting. That's all we should want. Let the guy go. For him. If nothing else, for him. And finally today, let's talk about Peacemaker, because I've heard a very exciting rumour. If you're one of those who's not going to be watching this, but you're a Black Adam fan, maybe you'll be interested, because at the end of the series, there is a rumour that this is where Hardcore, whatever her name is, and the lady played by James Gunn's wife in his Suicide Squad universe, will be given the mission to go and get Black Adam. We've heard about this post-credit scene at the end, or the end of the movie, where they Task Force X capture Black Adam. So they are planning a huge kind of situation with James Gunn's Suicide Squad universe and the Black Adam universe, which is very, very exciting. So the rumour is, and I'm giving you a heads up here, I'm not doing this to manipulate you into watching it, but if you're interested in the extended universe, you will need to watch Peacemaker. I'm being told I haven't seen Peacemaker. It's not available in the UK at the same time as the US. But if you want to see things, and this is what I keep on saying to you, this is going to have creative tissue now, the DC Extended Universe, and the multiverse is one big universe. So you really need to get involved if you're a DC fan. So Hardcore will be sent on her mission at the end of Peacemaker to capture Black Adam, because there's a huge threat coming to the DC Extended Universe, and every corner of it is going to have to unite together. So very, very exciting. This has been the DCEU Daily. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this perfection. And I'll see you again tomorrow, hopefully for another edition of the DCEU Daily. Until then, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.